One thing we didn't talk about, and we should very briefly before we break, Sean McDermott is going to have a job somewhere if he wants it. He told his staff he plans to coach this year. Now, you always need to resist the temptation. I think it's different for him because he wasn't a quick, 2-3 year failure and got fired by a bad team. We see guys, they take a job they shouldn't have taken. They thought, I'm going to change this dysfunctional team, and they fail. And then they rebound to another team that is just as dysfunctional, and it goes just as poorly, and they fail, and you're Adam Gase, and you're never heard from again. I don't think Sean McDermott's going to have that issue, but you still want your second job to give you an opportunity to do what you didn't do. Sorry, Arizona, I ain't coming to Arizona. And we're going to talk about this Titans job. I think maybe for a while yesterday, the guy that got the job may have been thinking, oh, great. Sean McDermott, just when it looks like I'm going to get this Titans job, here comes Sean McDermott. But I got to think that somebody's going to be saying, hey, this may be what we need, and McDermott's going to be thinking, this may be what I need. And with this many jobs open, you got to think one of them is going to line up just right for him.
Yeah, I think going off what you just said, you look at the jobs and you're like, what is the job that you say, hey, he can come in, and if he can turn around Buffalo, this turnaround, instead of just being okay, can turn out where he ends up getting him right in the playoffs right away. And I got to imagine Baltimore, Pittsburgh is maybe the top ones on that list that he says, hey, we can get him coming here and turn this around right away. The Cardinals, even if you do a good job, you're in the NFC West, that's a dogfight. So I don't know. It's hard looking at these jobs saying, Sean McDermott and his expertise comes in and they can do a lot, and right away they're a contender to be in the playoffs. So I'm not really sure which one of those jobs that maybe he might be in love with. I think all those teams you look up, if I'm the Cleveland Browns and I see McDermott, I say, hey, how much money do you want? We saw the Harbor, we'll give you a ton to come in and try to turn this thing around and get it moving in the right direction. We'll take a divisional round bid every year. We'll sign up for that. I just don't know how much he would be in love with that kind of challenge. You're now 9 years later from when you took your first head coaching job. Maybe you go to Buffalo and you're excited about turning that around. I don't know if you have that same excitement 9 years older to go into an organization and have to build it from the ground up.
I'm surprised Miami didn't press pause, and maybe they did and we just don't know about it. But Miami was in a position to take the guy that the division rival didn't want, that has done more, this month, than Miami's done in 24 years. They haven't won a playoff game in 24 years. Sean McDermott just won one a week and a half ago. So the Dolphins could have done worse and have done a lot worse than Sean McDermott. The Titans didn't press pause. If they did, they resolved it quickly in favor of going forward. The Browns, to me, would be an interesting choice because I could see McDermott going in there and just raising the floor. I don't know what the ceiling's going to be, but McDermott potentially raises the floor. That said, I'm a firm believer Kevin Stefanski was made to be the fall guy for a dysfunctional operation. So I don't know. Maybe Sean McDermott isn't going to make a difference there. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.